Hi everyone, I am here with a project share, and it is a Doily mini album, and it's going to be the first prize in my challenge giveaway. So I thought I would show you the first piece for what, if you decide to enter into the challenge, for what you'd be shooting for. So let me show you. I'll start with the cover, and this is the cover. And I believe I started off with 4-inch doilies and then worked from there. So I'm not going to be able to show you every detail or to explain every detail, but I will try to share as much as I can. Over the doily, I added this cut work piece here from a vintage jacket that I've had for a while, and then I just added from there. I put in a smaller image on the cover than what's inside, and then I just started embellishing. I used this piece here on the top, and then this piece here is also part of this jacket, but I cut it off and then I added it on top because otherwise it was going to go down here, and I didn't want it there. So I added this little medallion type of thing here on the side, and then I added a crocheted flower from Patrizia. I put this little ribbon flower with the pearls in the middle, and I hung a it's an old earring, rhinestone earring piece down from that. And then there's this flower applique underneath these little ribbon flowers. This here is just a piece of embroidered trim, and I added some rhinestones to the middle of those flowers. And then I added two pieces of this acrylic leaf and rhinestone from One Little Dreamer, and I just added those to the side. And then I added a couple of leaf appliques here, and then I just I guess I should say the very first thing I did was I added the trims to the bottom, the dangle trims, and that's the first thing I always do on my doilies, is add the dangle trims at the bottom, and then I work from there. So this is the first trim here, and then there's this there's this piece here, and I added the clay flowers to the every other end, and then that's it for the cover, front cover. And then to hold them together, I just knotted seam binding down where the sides meet, and then I added this. Boy, this is a really old Arctic cake piece, and I added that to one of the ribbons or one of the pieces of seam binding. And then this is the back. I kept it fairly simple. I did add a few dangle laces, just a couple. This one, or actually it's the same dangle lace, but I added pieces of it so that it covered, the whole bottom. And then I just made kind of a flowery type of thing with this embroidered trim here, and then this applique with the pearl piece here. And this is from Trisha, a little Shabby Chic. And that's all I did to the front and the back. And then when you open it up, this is the first page, and it's a pocket page, and it's in lavender. And I started off with it was a fabric doily kind of thing, And so I cut it in half, so I used half on this and half on another page. And then I covered it over with some of this trim here and here. I added the lavender clay flowers. This piece here and then this piece on the bottom I got from Gail 504. I added the piece to the top. I added this trim here and then I added the applique. And then to the bottom I had this dangle piece and then I added the applique here. And that is the first page. And then here's the first image. I love this image. And to frame it out, I had this tiny braided fringe. And I think it might have been from Virginia, but I'm not positive. So I added that around to cover the image. And then I added this piece here to the bottom. I added some little tiny flowers there and added little pearls in the middle. You almost can't even tell they're flowers, they're so small. And then I added some leaf pieces here and then over here. And here are the dangles here. And on this particular dangle I added green and lavender clay flowers. I tried alternating, but they get bunched up, so you can't even, they don't always hang so that it looks that way, but I think it still looks pretty good. And then the next page is a flower page, this here, and it's in a kind of a mauve color. I made a flower out of some material I had and added this pearl and rhinestone piece, and then I added these flower appliques, and I believe I got these from Liz. And then I added flat back pearls to give it a little color. I added this butterfly that I had avocado dyed, and then this trim here. It's like a vintage rickrack, and I loved the color, so I used that as a tail, and I got this from Diana. And then there's there's 3 sets of dangles on this one. So that's that page. And then here's the next image. And I used a pink piece from a trim on here. I used this applique here and added the pearl and rhinestone piece. Here's some more of those flower appliques. And I added different rhinestone pieces and flat back pearls. On this bridal applique I added a ribbon flower and I hung a little pearl dangle from it. And then here's the first dangle trim, and I added some clay flowers to that. And underneath is this trim and this trim. So there's 3 dangle trims on this page. And then here's the second pocket page, and I kept it fairly simple. I did the same thing. I took this applique and I just covered it. I just, did rows of it till I got to the top. And I added this pearl and rhinestone piece in the middle, and then some different clay flowers over this. It's kind of like an applique trim, and so it won't fit a lot in here, but you can fit something. I just haven't decided what to put in it yet. And then here's the last image, and I did this in pinks and almost like aquamarine color, and that's the image. I framed her in this trim here. I added a flower applique with a clay flower here and there. I love these dangle pieces here, so I used these a lot, and I added rhinestones to the top and then clay flowers to the bottom. And then I added this single piece. I only have I might not even have any left, but I let that dangle under the photo. And then there's some more of that trim that I used on the pocket page. And then there's this trim here. So there's kind of 3 different dangles on that one. And then we're back to the back cover. So that is it. I covered the highlights. As I said, this is going to be the first prize in my challenge giveaway. And if there's more than 10 people, there will be another prize, and 30 or more, there'll be a third prize. Those I haven't created yet. So I will do a video though as once they're finished, just so you know what the prizes are if you're waiting to see before you enter. So this is the first prize. So if you'd like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.